So here we are the next day, and between yesterday and today we've had a blizzard here in the Rockford area. We also met with our insurance agent. Other than the dump truck being covered with snow, they did inform us that it'll be fully covered under our insurance policy. Whether it's a business or personal, they don't want you using your insurance like an expense account. I don't know how else to say that. Your insurance is there to protect you if something bad happens. And we spend $250,000 a year on insurance. They don't want us to spend $250,000 a year on insurance and then keep going in and saying, well, let's claim $250,000 so I can get that money back. Some businesses do that. So they said that because our track record with our collision and property insurance is so good that us asking for a $50,000 reimbursement on this wrecked vehicle, it'll be okay. So they're going to have a towing company come in, they're going to salvage the truck and sell it at auction. Looks like as of this point, we're going to collect between a $35,000 and $50,000 check, which will go towards the purchase of a new dump truck. We're looking at a $450,000 or $550,000 at this point. As tragic as this story is with the dump truck wreck, our crew is really hurting right now. Our guys are hurting without having this dump truck. At least it'll be covered and it won't be a huge financial hurt to us. Because a lot of these smaller roofing companies, if they had to go and spend $80,000 to replace that dump truck that we've lost, it would be catastrophic for their company. So that's one of the good things that's come out of this nightmare scenario. I'm not saying it's great, but it also could have been much worse. I'm thankful, the whole crew's thankful that it wasn't worse. Yeah, that's what happened. We couldn't, of course, record the hour-long meeting with our insurance agent, but we were going over stuff like that, and our workers' comp, which we've had, thankfully, very, very minimal workers' comp claims over the last 6 years, let's say. So that's allowed us to get a very low quote on workers' comp, which is usually nightmare level stuff in a roofing company. $3,000, don't spend it all in one place. It's ridiculous how much money we spend. But hey, we're getting all over for them and iPads, going digital. Yeah, this is a really wide angle lens. Still gonna see my ear hair that everybody's been making fun of me over. And I have all these people that are making fun of me saying like, you're turning into an old man, Brandon. I'm like, I know that, my kids say I am. But I don't need it from YouTube as well. This is one of the fun things that we get because I have a YouTube channel. This is OMG Product Group. They sell Rhino Bond, which we use on all of our roofs. And because we gave them a shout out, they sent me a free cooler. But they didn't send me a free cooler. They sent the team a free cooler that they'll get to use on the job site, and it's a RTIC. Similar to Yeti. It's a very expensive cooler that they got. So if you have a business, this is kind of the things that you get perk-wise. You don't have to have a YouTube channel. We've had companies send our people on cruises to the Bahamas and stuff. So it's interesting what happens when you talk about and use products like this. We spend a decent bit of money with OMG on their Rhino Bond system. So I thought it was cool. We're headed to Dave's Hot Chicken right now because I kind of know the owner through social media and YouTube. I'm at a point now, I see these construction companies and they have equipment that I have, and it immediately becomes, what are they doing? I wonder how much money they're making. We're in Naperville. Their rate's 35% higher than Rockford. Rockford's just a little bit lower money-wise. What are they doing? Oh, they're hydrovacing for underground service. That's what they're doing. Putting in Tesla chargers, and the company that's installing them is called Cyberdyne. That is absolutely terrifying for anybody that grew up in the 90s and watched Terminator at least 100 times. So I'm a huge Terminator fan. Huge Terminator fan. This is the kind of Skytrack that I want. You think it's the same size? Because it looks smaller to me. The problem is I have adult money to buy adult things, and we're on the look for a telehandler. And it's like, I want this telehandler. But how much does it cost? Is it $50,000? Is it $150,000? We need one at some point. Very happy. The chicken was super crispy, which I care about a lot. And the hot chicken, the sauce and the dry rub they had on it wasn't too saucy. So in that case, it still had the crunch. And my wife and kids make fun of me because I eat my fries first, then my sandwich or whatever it is second. I eat in order. because I want to eat the crunchiest thing first, because I hate soggy fries. And it's really good, really good. Spent, you know, 20 bucks a person, but I was very happy with it. Bryce brought up a point saying I should just build a hot chicken place and I can do the roof on it, because if I was building a gas station like we're doing the roof for Casey's, I make a percentage of the money on that. We've already been asked to purchase 2 or 3 other skilled trades companies. So what I'm looking at doing right now is building some facilities that the roof is a very high cost to own it. Like, I would like to get into cold storage facilities as an investor, because now when I do the roof for my own business that I'm building, it's an internalized cost. So if it's $1 million roof, and let's say I have a 35% profit margin, which is pretty typical in the roofing industry, rather than it being $1 million roof, now it's only a $650,000 roof, and I can put that in my pocket. That's what Tesla does, that's what SpaceX does. All the really nice, profitable companies that you have heard of, they internalize a lot of those costs, and by me owning construction firms and hoping to expand at some point in the future with other trades, I think it's a pretty good thing. Indoor storage, cold storage, stuff like that, easy to spend $1 million on a roof. I still really want one, but I don't know. I'm trying to be careful because, you know, we've got people that work for me and they have beat up pickup trucks. I don't want to be the boss that shows up in a $100,000 crazy looking truck. On one end, there's people that's like, oh, you should drive something very fancy and expensive, so people that watch your content to aspire to be in that position. And there's other people that tell me, you just come off looking like a jerk driving an expensive vehicle. And I just don't know which one I want to be. I don't want to be a jerk. I don't want to come off as looking like a jerk. But I also have a lot of people that make fun of me and say, oh, I don't know, listen to a single word that you say because you're driving a $3,000 Toyota. And I'm like, yeah, but I've got a bunch of real estate to prove that, you know, I'm not broke. Like Jeff Bezos and Warren Buffett, they both have Honda Civics or Accords.
They even eat at McDonald's. Yeah. Warren Buffett does.
Trump's favorite thing is McDonald's and Diet Coke. So I've run into a couple people that I like to remind myself of what it's like to be poor. So sometimes I go eat at Taco Bell. It's like, what the heck? I had this argument with somebody. I'm like, it's not poor people food. And they're like, well, then what's poor people food? Government cheese sandwiches. They were like, well, what's that? And then when you run into somebody that was poor in the 80s and the early 90s, they're like, oh, those are great types of food. Government cheese is great.
That's fast.
Yeah. All right, so I'm here in historic Dixon, Illinois, visiting Ronald Reagan's boyhood home. I'm not really here to visit it. We're actually going to look at the roof to the county jail or the city jail. It's got an emergency leak, so I want to meet Mitchell up the street and go take a look at it and see if we can get them to pick us to do the roof. The lifelike statue of Ronald Reagan over here in the distance. Pretty well preserved, I'm surprised. I mean, the whole property is well taken care of. I guess if you're, I don't know, Calvin Coolidge's house still sucks. So I guess, you know, you could be a US president, not have your house in great shape.
Think it can drive?
I wonder, you know, there's only a little fence separating me and the Model T, and
it can.
24 hours surveillance.
It can. They drive it once a year.
They drive it once a year?
Yep.
Okay. I wouldn't know how to start this to save my life.
I think it's right
There's
there.
the crank is down there. I don't see a chuck adapter that I could just put my cordless drill on it. That's the real way to start, yeah. So we're here at the old jail in Dixon. We're about an hour south of Rockford, going to show up with Mitchell and do a core sample on this roof here, because I don't know, they've got some water infiltration or problems with it. So I figured I'd tag along today and get outside of Rockford. Cool. It's a jail. No, it used to be a jail. Got a big old Dexter dryer in there. That's more jail. It's a maze. Yeah, it's a Dexter. What a happy little incident. Yeah. Finally doing something productive at this point. The whole roof is bouncing right now. Yeah.
It's really spongy over here, just letting you know.
Yeah, where that stuff is all bad?
Yeah. Do we need the, we call it ballast rock on top of it?
No, when it's gonna go.
Yeah.
Like for right now, it needs to stay just keep
Right.
blown away.
Yeah.
When we do this, it's gone.
Okay.
It'll be, we'll be doing TPO or PVC on this?
Duralast, PVC.
PVC,
30 years.
yeah.
This is the guy who actually wants stuff done right, which I really appreciate.
Good.
Nice.
That's what we like to hear. Rather than cheaping out on everything. We use the rock vac on this. I mean, this is such a small job. You could probably get away with just shoveling it off, but we could come down here with the rock vac and get it done in 5 minutes. Might be worth it. I'm not sure what our threshold is on you running the rock vac. I mean, like when we did the elementary schools in Rockford, if you had guys up there with shovels, it would have been weeks to get done, as opposed to, I think we spent 3 days running the vacuum. Ballasted EPDM, and it's just at the end of the life. The problem with these EPDM roofs is to find an active leak on them, you start removing the rock. And then most of the time no one puts the rock back. The EPDM needs to be ballasted. It starts coming up. EPDM is a good type of roof. It's good technology. This is what happens to them after. Do you know how old this roof is, Mitchell?
It's got to be at least 20.
20?
It's from the wear. It's over 20.
Over 20, okay. Yeah, you can see all the water infiltration there. That's where it's bad. The metal decking's really bad if you can get it up there. It's shot.
So you bought it?
I bought H.C. Anderson.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm the new owner for both better and worse.
Good to meet you.
So nice to meet you. I'm Brandon.
Brandon?
Yeah. So nice to meet you, Eric. So we film for my YouTube channel, but if you ever have a job and we do filming, I'm more than happy to send you any of the video or stuff that we produce, because I know that I've worked with several other GCs and architects, and it's always nice to have video of their construction work. So then when you bid more jobs, it's nice to have a presentation to put together. So yeah, we've done it for a few firms, and they've been able to get, I think, from what I hear, a couple more clients. So if I can send you footage.
There's a lot of content out there that people love to watch. I'm one of them. I mean, I love to watch YouTube when I have time.
Yeah, it's a lot of these guys don't have time, and which I get and I respect, and this is all new to me. The best I had ever done was just putting tar on residential roofs, and now I'm on elementary schools and all sorts of things. It's fun. I haven't fell off a roof yet, so that's good for me.
Good for you, man.
So we'll see.
What made you decide to buy H.C. Anderson?
We looked at a dozen different companies, and this one had the best numbers, the best track record. We looked at a lot of companies, and they were absolutely screwball. Ran into one where the owner was gambling $1 million on horses in Kentucky, and he had it on the financial report. It was the dumbest thing I've ever seen. And when we looked at this company, the financials were in order, no shady crap. Just it was a clean looking company, and it was between this and a bio remediation firm in Cleveland. They cleaned up dead bodies is what they did. And it was a really, really interesting looking company, but H.C. Anderson had better financials. So it's impressive how much Curtis is still involved. Curtis reminds me a lot of my grandpa. Figured it up, he did 768 roofs. No, 768 roofs total since 1998.
Wow.
So I've got the address for every single roof he's ever done. It's just looking at that map, it's super impressive to see just where all he has been with H.C. Anderson redoing roofs. Yeah, it's been nice getting calls into the office, and they're just golf buddies and friends from 10 years ago, 15 years ago. One guy called in the office just wanting to talk to Curtis because he hadn't seen him in a while.
Dude, I have this done for you tomorrow afternoon.
The whole road?
Yeah, dip the boat out. The road. No, I usually go tomorrow afternoon. I think we're about 2 weeks out, maybe 3, from being able to actually schedule and get over and get it done.
Okay.
But so we make sure the price is right.
Throw us on the list.
Everybody else is laying people off, which is good for us. Yeah, we've had 3 other people lay a lot of their guys off, and one of them came into the shop today.
One guy today.
Yeah, I think we hired him. Do you think we did? Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, he's gonna start Monday.
There's lots of opportunities in this area. Get more work, more team, and trying to get everything knocked out quickly enough because I know you need it done.
Yeah.
So
Try to keep you guys busy.
it's yeah.
We got plenty to keep us busy.
As long as the bids are right.
We'll make sure the bid's right. We just need the opportunity. So are we bidding everything here?
It's soon. It's not out yet. But
Okay.
We'll get it. We'll get in there.
Since this is an emergency repair, they don't have to put it out to a competitive bid. Since the company has a good history and we do competitive work, meaning we don't overcharge people, they have essentially the authorization or the ability to assign us the job. So this is 6 square. Hard to say how much it is, but you know, it's one of those nice little jobs. We can get to it a week or 2 from now. We'll get it knocked out. And that's the thing, we're hiring these guys that are getting laid off by all these other roofing companies, and we have work through the first week of January. So then just as long as it doesn't rain, we'll be good to go. So, pretty good.